Sorry for the eardrums there, I don't know why I did that. We are back. Yes, two things that I need to say. One, it is a day later because somehow I managed to go and watch the football on a Sunday afternoon and ended up at a fucking festival. So Monday I was fucked, is the only way I can put it. So we are back today, and the second thing was this. I didn't actually ask people last week what the topic's going to be because someone asked me about failure, and that is what I'm going to talk about today. And I think it is a huge part of life, and people are often, I don't know, people are just like live in this clown cuckoo land where it's like you can get through life in a perfect way and you're not going to trip up and you're not going to fall and all this bollocks. But the reality is the only way you learn is if you fail, because then that's the only way to get better. Otherwise you'd just be at this constant level of, oh, this is alright, like you wouldn't really progress. And I think that that's the scary thing, and we're taught from a very young age, and it is the fear of failure is definitely taught, because if you look at when we're babies, like no one is born walking, no one walks out of their mum, do you know what I mean? And maybe that's a bit crude, but that's the facts. So the reality is we learn how to walk, and every single, it's not like we just stand up one day and that's it. No, like you learn, you fall over, you get back up. So you've got that persistence of when you're a baby to just, even when you do fail, you're just like resilient and you're like, nah, I won't get beaten by this. And whether you realise it or not, you're learning, okay, I need to balance more. This is how I do it. And then over time of failing over and over and over again, that's when you get the result that you're looking for. So I think it's definitely learned, and it's definitely something that held me back for a long time. Because I think we also experience failure as an embarrassment, whereas now there's many things that I have tried and I've failed, and it is only that in time or further down the line then I can see, okay, that is the reason why that failure happened, because I've learned from that experience. Like say with my first business, for example, I was just a bit like, oh sweet, this is a class idea, within a year I'm going to be a millionaire. And the reality is the work that needs to go into a business is a lot more than that, and without that harsh awakening and failure, then I wouldn't have been able to start the business I have now, and I wouldn't have been able to understand that failures do need to happen. You need to go into one direction to realise, or go open one door to realise that is not the fucking door to open. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think that if you want to be successful, or if you want to do something interesting or different with your life, you've got to experience and be open to the fact that you will fail along the way. And obviously everyone's heard that quote, like, we either win or learn. I think Conor McGregor said it, but that's a fact. Like, if you can't do something at one stage in your life and you fail at it, I'm really struck, is it fail or fail? Fail. Anyway, if I'm saying it wrong, whatever, but if you're constantly failing, then never see that as a bad thing, because one thing you never ever will do is you'll never fail inside of your comfort zone. Yeah, because you know exactly, you know everything that's going on in your comfort zone, so there is no fear of failure there. But when you start failing at things, it means that you're moving forward and you're progressing, because you're doing things that are more difficult. Like, for example, even if I talk about setting up, like talking to a camera, oh my diddy days, like, no thank you. I remember when I started posting fitness content, I'd only post workout videos because I was too scared to talk to a camera. And my first videos, I was so embarrassed of how shit they were, I would post them with an outtakes clip. because then it was like, yeah, I'm laughing at myself. So don't worry if you think this is shit too. Like, I also think it's shit. But now looking back at that, if I didn't put those really horrendous videos out, and if I didn't have that as a starting point where it was awful is the only word, then it wouldn't have allowed me to get to the point where I am now, where I just literally spit bars every single day with no issues or worries. And I think that you have to just be so prepared to just take an L. Like, just understand that, because without that, like, people say, oh, have you got any regrets or anything like that? No, because anything that's fucked up in my life has taught me a very valuable lesson on how to overcome something in the future. So, like, for example, even with my mental health, you could say that failings to understand my own mind led to the deterioration of my mental health. Failed relationships in the past have put me on a path to find decent ones. Like, it is very everything. You just need to just constantly just fail, because then you'll learn more. And if you're anything like me, like, you just learn as you go, because otherwise you'll be waiting and holding back for the perfect time, or waiting for this perfect existence that doesn't exist. So then you'll never get going. Whereas if you just start, hit the first hurdle, fucking hell, alright, that hurt, get over it, right, let's go again, boom, second hurdle, let's go. Third hurdle, I'm actually used to getting over hurdles now. So although this is a fucking hurdle, it's less of a problem, because you've built the resilience up, and you know that you can overcome failures to move forward. So it becomes less of a, it's not something you're scared of anymore. It's like, okay, cool, I'll fail. If I fail, I'm gonna find a way. It's like in the gym as well. What, you think I walked into the gym one day and was like, right, that's it, I'm gonna fucking dumbbell press fucking 50 kgs. No, that never ever was happened. It's never gonna happen like that. I lifted weights until I couldn't go up, and then I was like, oh fuck, I've failed at this weight, so I need to practice more. And then boom, okay, develop, fail again, develop. And over the years now, obviously, man's got a big chest, you get me? So I just think you need to, if you're listening to this and you're scared of chasing an idea, or it could be as simple as a girl, or like, sorry, not just a girl, we are not one sex over here, a girl or a geezer, like, if you're scared to fail, like, that might not be the right person for you, but that rejection might make you think, oh fuck, cool, I need to change this about myself to then work for the next person, or whatever it may be. Like, I just think the quicker you accept that failing is a part of life, and it really doesn't, it's not finite, if that's the right word. Like, it's not a final, a failure is not final. Like, it is just a part of life that you need to go through to get to where you're meant to get to. Like, it's just something that has to happen. And anything that I've failed at now, like, I promise you, I just think I'm thank fuck that happened, because if it didn't, then I'd be struggling with this now, or whatever. So that's my thoughts on failure. It is a necessity. If you want to move forward with anything, job, relationship, work, that's the same as job really, gym, side hustle, whatever it is, just welcome failure with open arms, because it is just a really good sign that you're doing something incredibly uncomfortable that will help you grow to another level. And once you get to that level, you'll be like, fucking hell, like, I'm glad I did that. Like, for example, even when I started this, like, coaching, I was like, yeah, this is what I want to do. And then I remember at the start, maybe my price points were a bit off, and I was charging more for what I at the time for what I thought I could deliver, which I've soon found out. So then I was like, all right, cool, let me go back to the drawing board. Let me find out what other people are doing and how do I get to a point where I am a coach that's worth X amount of money. What investment do I need to make into myself to make me a better coach, to give a better product? Like all of these things. And then you go back, okay, cool. I'm going to reel this off now. I'll be like, boom, boom, boom. Right, I've done X, Y, and Z. Now, this is the reason why I am this level of coach. And if you want my service, this is what you're going to have to invest in yourself. So it's about not seeing a failure as like a, oh, fuck this then, that's not working. It's like, okay, how do I overcome this hurdle? And as I say, the more hurdles you overcome, the less daunting failures become, and the more exciting they are in a way. It's a crazy thought, but they are exciting. They are, because you know then that you are growing and you are pushing yourself outside of your comfort zone to go after what you truly want. Because you're not going to foul at anything that you don't really care about. You're just going to see it as quite dispensable. But yeah, that is another week and we are back. We're a day late, as I've said, but if you've enjoyed this, it's going to be on YouTube, Spotify, Apple. It is still mad that I can say that. What the flippy dipper, yeah? But please, subscribe, like, 5-star ratings. Let's do what you can, because I want to be the best podcast in the world. And it's going to happen in due course. I will put up on my story on Instagram topics for next week, because I really do enjoy it. Just, it makes me think, rather than coming up with an agenda, or not even an agenda, a topic myself, it makes me think, oh, what do I actually think about that? So I find that quite interesting. So yeah, I'll put on my story this week, what do you want next week's podcast to be about? Again, as always, like, it blows my mind. Had several messages this week, and it was a week that I needed it, where, not my mental health was low, but I just felt a bit flat with a couple of situations in my life, and the messages that I get from you guys to say, what, like, that you listen to this and it's helped you and whatever, like, honestly, I want to make it very clear how much that means to me, because yes, alright, you might think, thanks for putting that out, you're helping me, but those messages are, it's like, they help me, they make me incredibly happy and so buzzing to just turn up and do it all over again. So yeah, keep them coming in and I'll keep these pumping out. Much love, have a fantastic week, and I will catch you in next week's episode.